15 Mornings.
For weeks, we were told it would happen.
It's $100 and it's not even a full tank.
The national average for gas now over $4 across the country.
I'm Joe St. George in Maryland. How high will the price of gasoline go? And can President Biden do anything to stop a record spike? We break it down next.
The cost of living. This week, a major report will be released on exactly how much more you're paying for everyday items.
They gotta go. It's Kane. Johnson for the win. Can time.
Plus, what a weekend for the Suns. 2 exciting games, but only one went our way.
We do want to say good Monday morning to you all. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. I'm Allison Rodriguez in for Kaylee O'Kelly today.
And I'm Justin Pizzer in for Nick Saletti this morning. Megan Thompson is here. She has a major traffic alert that she's been tracking. Hey there, Megan.
Hey, good morning to both of you and all of you at home on this Monday morning as we get a check of traffic sponsored by Accident Law Group. This is a bad one. I-17 southbound near Camelback Road. Take a look at the scene that we're dealing with right now. We have all of these flashing lights blaring here underneath the overpass near Camelback Road. Here's what we're hearing from DPS on this scene. 10 to 12 vehicles are involved in this crash. It's an absolute nightmare for a Monday morning commute for you through this stretch because of this one. The best news that we're hearing from this is that only minor injuries are involved despite the scope of this scene. So let's look at your desert drive time for you from the 101 to the stack. Your average speed right now at this early point of the morning is right around 20 miles per hour with that drive time climbing to about 35 minutes. That backup is back towards Northern Avenue. So an alternate for you would be get off early at Peoria Avenue, eastbound or westbound, then travel northbound, southbound to 35th Avenue or 19th Avenue, depending on which one you pick. And then we go eastbound, westbound, Indian School Road to get back onto the 17. Another option would be to take the 51. We have nice green conditions for you there. We'll check your other desert drive times like the 10, get a check of the East Valley too, plus traffic predictor in just a few minutes. But we do want to get a check of that most accurate forecast for you on this Monday morning with meteorologist Iris Hermosillo.
Megan, I know you're going to keep us posted. Let's talk about that forecast now as we've got a third storm system coming into our state, the third in a series of storms that has been moving through. And this one's going to bring more high country snow. In fact, already tracking a few light snow showers up north, and that cooler air, it's going to stick around as we start the new week. Now, the valley is off to a clear and dry start, and we're going to stay dry today. But again, in northern Arizona, tracking a few of those light snow showers, now moving into spots like Flagstaff and right along State Route 89A up to the north to near that Utah-Arizona border. Now, as we go through the day today, those snow showers expand further to the east. They should be pretty light, but just be mindful of that as you're hitting the road, as we could see some snow accumulating on some of the roadways across northern Arizona. Otherwise, again, look for clear skies here in the valley and chilly temperatures, 30s and 40s right now. We're officially at 46 degrees. It's going to be a mostly sunny, gorgeous looking day, but still cool with a high of only 68 this afternoon. And we've got a bit of a roller coaster of temperatures this week. Some 60s, some 70s, even some 80s. I'm going to break down that full 7-day forecast in just minutes.
Right now, police in Peoria are investigating a shooting involving their officers. This happening near 91st Avenue and Pinnacle Peak Road.
Our Jamie Warren live at the scene this morning for us. And Jamie, what are police saying happened there?
So, Justin and Allison, no officers are hurt, but a suspect is dead this morning. And what started as a domestic violence incident about 1.5 miles from here, police say that suspect ended up driving to this location where he was ultimately shot and killed by police. You'll see it as a very active scene this morning. They have been investigating since at least 8:30 last night. So according to Peoria police, once the suspect got here, another officer noticed his vehicle and tried to stop him. They say that suspect did not stop, so they tried to box his vehicle in. At some point, that is when police say the suspect, who appeared to be intoxicated, threatened to shoot them.
The subject started yelling something about, I have a gun, I'm going to shoot you, you're going to have to kill me, things such as that. And that's when that's when the officer involved shooting occurred. This time all I know is at least one officer fired at least one round. There were other officers involved. I'm not exactly sure all of their involvement.
So again, that suspect died here at the scene. No officers were hurt. Police say that officer did have his body camera turned on at the time. They will be releasing that video at a later date. In the meantime, Peoria Police does not investigate their own shootings. They say this case will be handed over to their West Valley Investigative Task Force. For now, reporting live in Peoria, Jamie Warren, ABC 15, Arizona.
Well, this morning, Glendale police, they're searching for a suspect in a shooting that left one man dead, 3 others hurt. Officers responding to the scene near 51st Avenue in Glendale Saturday night. Family identifying that man killed as 19-year-old Damone Wilson. Investigators have not released any information on a suspect just yet.
Now to the latest in Ukraine, where Russia continues to pummel cities across cities after announcing a ceasefire so civilians could evacuate there. Thousands of Ukrainians forced to take shelter. Still, officials from both sides are planning a third round of talks today. Meantime, ABC News confirming the Ukrainian armed forces received about 3,000 applications from Americans hoping to join that fight against Russia. Also, the United States is working with allies to coordinate a ban on Russian imports, including oil and energy.
Well, Secretary of State Antony Blinken says he is in active talks with world leaders, and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says lawmakers are working on a ban. The threat comes as overnight oil prices hit the highest levels we have seen in 20 years. The price of oil jumping to more than $130 a barrel. AAA saying the first week of the war caused gas prices to go up 40 cents. The average price for regular gas across the valley is around $4.12. So what can the White House and Congress do to try to ease prices at the pump? All new this morning, our Joe St. George breaks down the options they have.
Across the country, the gas station has become a place of frustration.
It's crazy. It's ridiculous. I'm an Uber driver.
The impact felt by those who drive for a living, especially, like Bruce Downing.
I just try to find the lowest places.
Of course, the big question right now is how high will the price of gasoline go, and can President Biden and Congress do anything to stop it?
We could get to $4.25, maybe even $4.50 a gallon.
Patrick DeHaan predicts gas prices for Gas Buddy. He says $4.10 a gallon is the current record high national average. It happened back in 2008. He predicts the national average will go even higher this year.
It could come as early as April Fool's Day.
The data getting the attention of President Biden, who DeHaan says has some decisions to make. Option number 1, suspend the federal gas tax, which is currently 18 cents a gallon. On Capitol Hill, some lawmakers have suggested that. However, the idea is struggling to take off because of a fear that a decline in the gas tax would mean less money for infrastructure projects. Option number 2, allow winter gasoline to be used throughout summer. You might not know this, but DeHaan says the Environmental Protection Agency mandates in most places a cleaner form of gas is sold from June 1st to September 15th. That's because in warmer months, gasoline has a greater chance of evaporating, causing smog. President Biden could enact a waiver to keep the cheaper winter gas flowing.
Winter gasoline generally has higher emissions. It is more volatile, but it's also cheaper to produce.
Option number 3, release more petroleum from the country's reserve. The president has already done that, but so far,
they're having very little impact on what motorists are paying.
And finally, option number 4, increase domestic energy production. However, that would go against the president's climate change commitments. Back at the gas station, you realize people want this solved. Anthony Okoko voted for the president.
I might go Republican. The way things are going, something's got to be done.
In Laurel, Maryland, I'm Joe St. George.
Happening today, the First Lady is headed to the Valley to highlight job training and cancer treatment programs. Both are priorities mentioned by President Biden during his State of the Union address. Dr. Jill Biden will start the day at Intel's Ocotillo campus in Chandler to talk about the company's investment in community colleges. She will then head to Tucson to hear about the cancer program at a hospital on the Tohono O'odham Nation. Also today, enrollment opens for the AZ Back on Track Summer Camp program. The 8-week class starts in June, and they're meant to help with learning loss. They'll be offered at schools, Boys and Girls Clubs, and Scout camps. We put that registration information on our website, abc15.com.
Well, tomorrow night, the Suns will be in Orlando playing the Magic. Their road trip began yesterday with a rematch of the NBA Finals.
Our Suns had a lead in the fourth quarter, but were not able to hold on, unfortunately, losing 132-122, but the team was without Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Cam Johnson. Still a good fight, though. Okay, and what about Cam Johnson on Friday night? I mean, he was trending on Twitter there.
Yes,
Fresh off his
sick.
second lemonade stand.
Look at that.
Yeah, he had a game-winning three-point shot at the buzzer.
He also had a career high 38 points. I mean, that place was rocking.
I know.
It was insane.
It was funny to see everybody who tagged themselves at the Footprint Center to see their reaction and all the different angles of that shot.
It was insane. Even if you were at home, you could not sit down when he sunk that.
Just crazy. Hey, next on ABC 15 Mornings, do you have a glass of wine or maybe beer with dinner? Why that single drink may literally be shrinking your brain.
1, 2 glasses?
I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, 3
We'll
or 4
get to those
maybe?
details, yeah. Hey, driving up the cost. We already are paying extra for gas, but new this morning, how inflation could actually impact your car insurance rate.
Also ahead, we've seen the atrocities in Ukraine, but local psychologists say Russian-American kids are being punished on the playground. How to make sure your frustrations over the conflict don't turn your own kids into bullies.
6:10 taking you live outside with this traffic alert we have been monitoring for you. I-17 southbound near Camelback Road. We still have multiple lanes blocked after a multiple vehicle crash. We're talking 10 to 12 cars involved here. So we'll get you an updated Desert Drive Time Plus, give you some alternate options in just a few moments.
Happening overnight, the number of lives lost to COVID-19 all around the world just passing 6 million. That is according to Johns Hopkins University, and the number of deaths in the U.S., that's at nearly 960,000. The pandemic now in its third year with cases and deaths dropping across the country. Security at Joint Base Andrews arresting an armed person shortly after Vice President Kamala Harris arrived at the base. Officials say 2 people drove through a security checkpoint. One of them got away. The vice president was returning from a trip to Selma, Alabama to mark the 57th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. TikTok restricting some features in Russia in response to President Putin's new law penalizing what he deems as fake news. The app is suspending live streaming and posting new content. And under the law, anyone who does spread misinformation about Russia's military could be sentenced to 15 years in prison.
Because of the conflict in Europe, we're starting to see instances of discrimination against Russian Americans, especially among kids. Nolani Graff speaking to our ABC 15 Health Insiders about how kids are processing what they're seeing on TV and then how to talk to them about it. No, hey, this is a lot. It's a lot for adults to process.
Exactly. And you know, Justin, kids have a tendency to oversimplify things. So our health insider, Dr. Emily Basha, says she is seeing microaggressions against kids of Russian descent starting to rise. So the number one thing to remember here is that kids will mirror what their parents say and do. And that's why words really matter here. She says we have to try to avoid general terms like them versus us, good versus evil. Don't keep your kids in a bubble, but she says you should be limiting what they're exposed to because extreme violence on TV, loud conversations and arguments in the home, all of it can be traumatizing and lead to nightmares or anxious and worried behavior. So instead, you want to keep it simple. Let your kids lead the conversation and answer their questions and reassure them that what's happening is far away. It's not going to uproot their lives like the pandemic has, which is what's led to instability for most of them up till now.
Reiterating to them, hey, this isn't happening here. You're still going to be going to school. You're still going to be with your friends on the weekends. There's still going to be that stability for them. So if they have any unusual expectations or fear of disruptions.
And Dr. Basha says it's also important to balance the conversation. Find the positives for kids to cling to, because she says a lot of kids are also expressing more concern for Ukrainian classmates. So point to how parts of the world are coming together to help those in need. Maybe even involve them in any donations that you might be sending. For ABC 15 Arizona, I'm Nohelani Graff. I respect you.
Thank you, Nohe. That's great information to have and something to keep in mind if you've got little ones at home as we kind of all go through this, right? Let's talk about your most accurate forecast now here on this Monday. Helping you kick off the day as we track another storm system that's coming through our state. It's bringing more snow to the high country. And as you look at Desert Doppler radar with me, we've got some light snow showers right now, right along that I-17, I-40 interchange around Flagstaff. Very light snow, but this will be the trend as we go through the day today with more of these light snow showers continuing as this area of low pressure moves through. That low, if you can kind of see it on this water vapor imagery, it's this dark spot right here. It's essentially going to work its way through our state pretty quickly today, but quickly enough to bring again a few light snow showers to northern Arizona. So here you see Futurecast by about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Those snow showers stretching from about Kingman to Flagstaff up to Window Rock. For the valley, we're going to stay dry, but we'll see some passing clouds at times as this low moves through. And then here's 7 o'clock, the snow shifting from west to east along the eastern Mogollon Rim into northeast Arizona. Then after that, it's clearing out of here. And tonight looking clearer across the state with more sunshine by tomorrow. So a quick moving storm, but enough to bring us an additional maybe inch of snow in some spots, although most areas likely picking up less than an inch of snow with this disturbance moving through. Some areas in the darker blue could pick up around an inch to maybe 2. Otherwise, again, minor impacts, but still use caution, especially on those roadways as this snow falls through the day today. Then this slows out of here. We got quiet weather for the next couple of days, but another storm, believe it or not, to watch coming our way by Thursday. It's going to bring more snow to northern Arizona, and I think for the valley, we could get in on some more showers, maybe a few thunderstorms Thursday afternoon into the evening, but it'll be a quick mover too. It comes in Thursday, then it's out of here by Friday, and then as we head to the weekend, we've got high pressure setting up, and that's going to warm things up by quite a bit by this weekend. So here you see that snow breakdown for the Flagstaff area today, a 40% chance for snow, and then by Thursday, a 50% chance for snow up there. For the valley, just about a 10% chance for showers on Thursday, maybe a few rumbles of thunder. I'll keep you posted if those chances look a little bit better as we get closer. Temperatures as you walk out the door, teens in northern Arizona. It is cold up north. Here in the valley, it's chilly, 30s and 40s to start the day, and it's going to be a cool day overall with a high of 68 in Phoenix, 50 in Sedona, 44 for Show Low, and only 37 in Flagstaff. Maybe a good day to hit the trails though. Temperatures starting out cold, then we warm into the 60s, that high peaking at around 4 p.m. Sunrise at 6:49, sunset at 6:30. Then notice temperatures trend up 70s by Wednesday in the valley. Then you see those rain and snow chances Thursday, and by the weekend, there's that warm up 80s on Sunday.
ABC15 Desert Drive Time, sponsored by Accident Law Group.
Coming up on 6:20 now on your Monday morning, and I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I want to give you this heads up before you leave if you travel on the I-17 southbound. I do not want you sitting in this mess. This is near Camelback Road where we have this crash, and you see all of these flashing lights up ahead. We'll be able to show you a different vantage point here too of this scene because multiple lanes are blocked. 10 to 12 vehicles are involved in this one where we're seeing this backup continue to build. There's that view of it off to the left-hand side. Cars are just barely getting by, inching by on those 2 right lanes. So let's bring you to your traffic maps. Your speed's dropping below 5 miles per hour right around there through that stretch. Here's an alternate for you. I highly suggest you get off of the freeway. You don't sit in this mess. You take Peoria Avenue either eastbound or westbound and then travel southbound on 35th Avenue or 19th Avenue here. Then you can reconnect with the roadway with the 17 via Indian School Road. Also another option for you if you want to stay on the freeway, the 51 looks great. We have nice green conditions for us there. Another crash to tell you about, a fire truck just arriving on scene here of the I-10 eastbound. That's near Estrella Parkway. That is off to the right-hand side. Your desert drive time is right around 27 minutes here on the I-10 eastbound. Of course, the I-17 southbound where that crash is, that's right around 35 miles per hour. And we're seeing with Traffic Predictor that those speeds will continue to remain low right around that 7 a.m. time frame on the I-17 from the 101 to the Stack.
Coming soon, disco nights, 80s night and even 90s night. Next at 6:25, if you do like to roller skate, we do have something fun to look forward to this spring break.
And pool season is coming, and the city is looking for lifeguards. At 6:39, the new incentive being offered in hopes the 24 pools across Phoenix won't be closed this summer.
Plus, too much TikTok. At 6:45, we go in depth looking at the popular app and how it can affect kids and teenagers.
And it is March in the Valley, and the weather is just perfect, right? And it's only going to get better in your Super 7-day forecast at 6:48. March is National Kidney Month, and this morning we're talking kidney stones. It's estimated 1 in 10 people will get a kidney stone in their lifetime. Now, these are not only painful, but they can lead to serious complications. The good news is kidney stones are preventable, and it comes down to your diet.
We know that animal sources of protein are simply associated with a higher risk of stones. So one way to avoid more stone production may be to limit your meat intake to some smaller amount.
Well, on the other side, doctors say fruits and vegetables with high water content like cucumbers, tomatoes, and watermelon are good for preventing kidney stones. Well, just one beer or glass of wine a day may cause your brain to shrink as you age. Researchers finding, on average, people at the age of 50 who drank a pint of beer or a 6-ounce glass of wine every single day age their brains by 2 years. Those who drank 4 times that amount each day had brain shrinkage equal to a decade of aging.
Rolling onto your bulletin board this morning, Gilbert bringing some old school fun to downtown this week. The Let the Good Times Roll pop-up roller rink is opening up on Thursday. So this is going to be in the Heritage District near the Water Tower. Skating is just $5 a person per hour, but that does include your skate rentals. Can't do anything for that amount these days. Take advantage. And if you do go during the week, it is free. There will even be special theme nights. You can dress the part and you get some free swag. So dig in, because Friday is 80s night. You got to look in your bins, right, for all these clothes. Saturdays is 90s, and this will run through March 21st. And you can buy your tickets online now. Show off your skating skills and let the good times roll. That is today's bulletin board. Coming up next for you at 6:30, will another week of the season get canceled? Both sides making another pitch but remain deadlocked. New details this morning on the baseball lockout.
I'm ABC's Emwin in Washington. The conflict in Ukraine ramps up as Ukrainian President Zelensky says Russia is planning a new wave of attacks. The latest coming up.
And it's not just those gas prices costing you more with your car. Those insurance rates are going up as well. Next at 6:30, I'm finding out from the experts how you can save.
Well, it's 6:27 as you're thinking about the bus stop. Temperatures are chilly this morning, 30s and 40s, so bundle up the kids. But know that it's going to be a cool day overall with a high of just 68 this afternoon. And we've got more rain chances in that super 7-day forecast still ahead.